It can feel like it's too late to grow a following in 2026, like you've missed your window or that your niche is already overcrowded. With AI content everywhere and more people posting every single day, starting from zero can feel really overwhelming. And I know that because I felt the exact same way. When I first started posting on YouTube, I genuinely thought that I had missed the bus, that the influencers that are successful now are the only ones that would be successful. Basically, everyone I looked up to had hundreds of thousands of followers. I thought they were better, more polished, more established. So in my head, like the logical question was, why would anyone want to watch a channel with 0 subscribers when all these other creators are already doing similar things, but way better than me? The thing I didn't understand at the time was people don't tune into content because someone's the best. They tune in because they like the person that you are. And yeah, a creator with 100,000 subscribers is probably gonna make a better video than you, especially when you're just getting started. They've been doing it way longer. But here's the thing, they don't have your taste, they don't have your perspective, and they don't have your sense of humor. And that's what makes someone watch a creator religiously. Think about like the content creators that you actually watch. You don't watch them because they make the best videos. You watch them for them most of the time. There isn't a best perspective or a best taste or a best sense of humor. That stuff is personal. For example, you might love one comedian and your girlfriend might think that their jokes are just about dicks or something, which they probably are. But that doesn't mean he's bad. It just means you'll be watching his special alone and she'll probably be watching some kind of rom-com. So with all that, how do you actually use that to build a following from scratch? The big takeaway from that is when you're getting started, of course, you're going to have inspiration. You're going to have creators you want to make content like. But, and this is a huge but, the inspiration should stay inspiration. You should not be trying to make someone else's content better than them. Because let me tell you, that is not going to happen. Instead, you take the inspiration and you make the content into your own. Just because a YouTuber you watch doesn't crack jokes doesn't mean you shouldn't. Just because they're super serious doesn't mean you have to be. The real move is taking an already existing audience and kind of hijacking it. Yeah, your title might be similar and your thumbnail might even be the same. I'm sure that there are videos that are titled the exact same way as this one. They probably even give similar advice. But the way I'm talking to the camera, the perspective I have from growing a following from 0 and helping so many creators do the same is completely different. Because the real secret is that you are one of one. You have lived a life that no one else has. You have had experiences that no one else has had. And instead of being embarrassed about being different or being unique, lean into it. That's actually what people want to see. Be the music video tutorial kid who still lives at home, vlogs his workouts, and goes to O Block. Not many people where I was coming from were doing that. But instead of hiding it, I decided to show it to the world on YouTube. And it turns out when you're just you on camera, you attract people who like you. Crazy concept. And yeah, the people that don't resonate most of the time just click off. Sometimes you'll get some pretty disgusting comments, but hey, that's part of being a creator. And honestly, in a time where everyone else is using AI to create videos, it's never been easier to stand out. All you have to do is just not get all of your video ideas from ChatGPT and you're already ahead of 90% of people. It's actually kind of hilarious that creators have now outsourced the one thing that makes them unique: their thinking. Now, don't get me wrong, I use AI all the time. I used it to script out this video, but my current workflow with it is great. And if most people used AI like this, they'd get a lot better results. So instead of having ChatGPT think for me, first, write down your content idea. Think about what you're going to create. Get inspiration, maybe even script the full video yourself, and then go section by section and use AI to improve points of the video. Use it to tighten it up, push the video closer to the quality that you want, but keeping it you. Making sure not to change the language too much. I always make sure that the words I use in my videos are words that I would use in a normal conversation. If it's something that I wouldn't say in real life, it doesn't really make sense to be in the video. I think that's the single trickiest part about using AI because it's such a useful tool and it can help you create content way quicker, but you don't want to outsource all of your thinking to it. The most important thing is you don't just prompt AI and say, give me a video idea, then followed by, now write me a 10-minute video about that video idea. Another thing that will help you grow a following with content is spending time on stuff that isn't the most efficient use of your time, but actually gives your videos character. Maybe it's your lighting setup, the music you use, the overall concept of the video or what you talk about. Asking yourself, how do I stand out? What actually makes my videos feel like me? I learned the concept that if you include things that you already do in your personal life, your content instantly becomes more personal. And that's how people actually build a connection with you. You don't grow a following by making the best video on YouTube. You grow a following by connecting with your audience. It's funny, the more you use social media like social media, you start to make friends, which on social media are just followers. For example, for a while, I used to include this drink that I'd have every morning in my videos. It was called yerba mate. It was basically like this caffeinated tea. And I would just include it in my vlogs and my videos. And out of nowhere, people literally started tagging me in their Instagram stories when they would see this drink at grocery stores, or they would tag me of them drinking it. They associated that drink with me so much so that they pulled out their phone, took a picture, went on social media, typed in my and sent it to me. Now, that wasn't planned at all, but I think it's a perfect example of how showcasing something in your day-to-day life can actually be the thing that builds a deeper connection with your audience. It can be the thing that makes you stand out from everyone else. It's very easy to think, oh, I'm not going to include this drink that I have every morning because that's boring. My life is normal. The issue is most of us are blinded by the uniqueness of our life because it feels normal to us. But if you include the things that are normal, you'll actually find out that that's what attracts most people. I have a lot of students that are scared to document and show their life early on because they haven't made it yet, that they're scared that their life isn't interesting because they still live at home with their parents. But what they forget to realize is that the vast majority of everyone hasn't made it yet. And that's actually a relatable thing that will attract other people. Don't be embarrassed of who you are or where you are currently. Showcase it and show you building towards something greater. Now, it would be hard to talk about growing a following from zero without mentioning consistency. Yes, you have to show up and post consistently. This isn't new information, but I think the thing that's more helpful for you is understanding that people need different levels of access to you. In a long form YouTube video like this, you're getting a completely different version of me than you would on Instagram stories or in my email newsletter or on live streams. They each are me, but just presented in a different way. Each of these formats allow you to show a different side of you, and people are starving for that connection. In a world where now everything's being outsourced by AI, you being just slightly more human actually makes a massive difference. Not perfect content, not overly polished videos, sharing the struggles, the behind the scenes, your favorite song that you're listening to right now. This is what gets people bought into you. And I challenge you to intentionally post something that makes you feel a little uncomfortable, a little weird. You're like, why am I sharing that part? A side of you that you've been muting, the workout routine that you're currently doing, the show that you're currently watching, the actual content creation process that goes into making your more polished videos. That's how people stop watching and start caring. You can do things like Q&As, live stream, stuff on paper that doesn't really grow your following, but it does grow the connection with the people who are already there. These are what I call untrackable actions, things that you can't really measure, but they're the things that make people want to come back to your next video, because it's easy to treat content as this transactional game. Get a subscriber, done. Got a view on a video? Cool, it's over. But the truth is, and the hard part about actually creating content is getting someone to subscribe and watching and then coming back for the second video and the third video. A lot of us think we have this goal of getting 1,000 subscribers, and then once we hit that, we'll be happy. It's get 1,000 people to follow you and then consistently watch your content. Because 10,000 views on a bad video is just 10,000 people that probably won't come back and watch your next video. That's not a following, that's just traffic. That's just views. If this video has been helpful at all, follow me on Instagram. And if you want more personal mentorship from me, DM me the word apply. But that's all I got for you guys in this one. Peace.